What's going on YouTube? Burlington Northern HO fan here, and today we're working on a locomotive that's not on the table right now. Those locomotives works just fine. We're actually going to be working on this locomotive right here. This locomotive is a lifelike Gp38-2 high hood locomotive, pancake drive locomotive. It's a third generation lifelike that I've had for a while, and it's been upgraded to knuckle couplers on the ends here. These knuckle couplers aren't great though. They're the plastic Easy Mate, I believe, the Bachmann couplers. They're not great. But I don't think we're going to end up doing anything with that. We're actually just going to make this locomotive run decent and make it look nice. So that's our plan for this video. Let's go take this thing to the track and see how it performs. Alright, here we have it on the layout. As you can see, the layout is still in progress. I'll have some videos in the future of how I'm going to be working on it and stuff like that. But this video, we're just going to be working on this locomotive right here. So let's see how this thing runs. That's about half power. That thing should be going pretty fast at about half power. It's got some issues that need to be worked out. That's half power going forwards, and that's full power. These locomotives are usually a lot faster than that. So it's got some issues. Definitely going to want to check it out. You can see it's got some electrical issues, so I want to check it out, take the thing apart, see what's going on with it. I'm going to blow this thing completely apart. Alright, here we have it back on the workbench. So these locomotives are actually really easy to take apart. You just take these two screws right here and the whole chassis will come out of the locomotive. So here, let's grab our Phillips screwdriver here, and we will just unscrew these. Take that one. Alright, we have it apart. Our body mounts are not broken like sometimes that they usually are on these locomotives. It actually looks pretty decent and clean inside here, which is neat, which is pretty nice. And here we have our chassis with our dummy truck and our power truck. We have our motor and our weight, light bulb, and our positive and negative wire. So we're going to completely go full out with this, and we're going to pop this truck off and pop this truck off because I want to make this thing run tip-top. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to take this truck off by just unclipping the piece right here, just like that. Well, that popped out the motor out of the mounting on the chassis, but that will take the cover off of the motor. As you can see, there's a lot of oil in here. A lot of times these motors will, if you put too much oil on them, it'll get onto the commutator and it will cause it to run really poorly, and you can also burn up your motor that way. So that might have started to happen to this locomotive. So I'm going to take these out, keeping in mind which side has the traction tire, and keeping in mind which direction it's going to go with the gears. So you just pull that out of there. There you go. Put those to the side. And these locomotives are famous for their brass wheels, so they always oxidize pretty quickly. These ones look like they are, they could use some cleaning. But now let's get the motor out of the chassis, which is just by doing, if I remember right here, it's just by pushing down, I think, like so, like that. There you go. And that'll push the motor down out of the chassis. And then we can take the two screws here for the brushes off to get to the inside of the motor. So we're going to do that. Be careful. They will be spring loaded, so you don't want to lose those springs or those brushes. So, okay, sorry about that. Here we go. We can take these screws out. Being very careful. Just like so. And there goes our first brush, and there's one spring that decided it wanted to pop out. Do not want to lose those. Put those right there. And we can take those off, keeping in mind which way those were orientated, and then we can flip it over. Well, our brushes are still inside, as you can see right there. But now we want to take this motor completely apart, so we're going to take these two screws out right here. And unfortunately, actually looks like that the screws on this guy are pretty stripped out, which is a bit of a problem. The motor spins pretty nice, but that commutator might be burned up, so we're gonna have to get this apart somehow. Okay, what I have here is a spare lifelike chassis with a spare motor right here, with the screws looking in a lot better of shape. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pop these axles out. We're going to do that, and then we're going to take this brush plate off. And there we go. We have our motor. And this one we're going to continue taking apart because I want to show you guys what it looks like with one of these apart. So we're going to unscrew these. Two screws on the bottom. And then we're going to just be able to pull the two sections apart. Like so. Just like that. Now we have our gears. And we have our gears on this side. We have our motor. Inside we can see that this motor looks like it's in pretty decent shape. The windings at least look like they're in pretty decent shape. We have our two magnets. If we pull the motor out, we can take a look at our commutator. And our commutator looks, it could use some cleaning. So let me get my fiberglass pencil and we'll clean it real quick. Alright, we got our fiberglass pencil. Now also, when I took that motor out, the brush fell out of these two holes. So these are your two holes for the brushes right there. So you want to make sure you don't lose those brushes. So we have one brush, we're going to put it over there. We're going to have to be able to fish the brush out of this part in order to make this motor run, because this motor will not run without one of these brushes. So we're going to take our fiberglass pencil and we're going to clean off any dirt or grime we can see on this commutator. Okay, and then these are the most important parts right here. You're going to want to take your toothpick, not anything that's sharp and can damage it. You want to just clean out these sections right here. Okay, just like that. Now, this should be ready to go back together. So, and take it. Don't lose the gear. And take it, and then we're going to just go just like that, and it's going to go right back into place. The magnets are going to grab it, want to grab it and put it back into place, so we can do it just like that. Okay. And then, really, we should be able to just put the two halves back together if they're not extremely oiled. There is oil on these, so I'm not going to worry about oiling on this motor. And there we have it, back together. You just got to make sure your gears are all where they're supposed to be. You're going to take your two screws and you're going to put them back together in their spot. You screw the two halves back together. And then make sure you don't over tighten them. There's no reason to over tighten them. So this has already got a little bit of oil in it. I'm going to put a little more right here on this centerpiece, right on this gear right here. On these gears right here. Just a little bit. I'm not going to add any grease because this really doesn't need it. That's all the oil that I'm going to put on it right there. That should be plenty enough for what we need. So now we're going to get our brushes. Now we got to work on getting the brushes out of this motor right here. So that shouldn't be too difficult. If we just kind of tap on the motor, it should be able to pop them out. All right, I had to do some unethical things to this motor to get this motor's junk anyway, since I couldn't get it apart. I had to do some unethical things to this motor to get this brush out. But we've got our second brush, so now we can put the good motor back together. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our brush and we're going to just drop them into place. There you go, just like that. And then we're going to take our spring, put our spring in without it bouncing all over the place, just like so. Take our spring without it bouncing all over the place, without it bouncing all over the place, just like that. Okay, and then we can take our brush pieces and screw them back on. Just like that. Okay, and we get our second one and we do the same thing. All right, and with that, you get the screws back on, you got them all back together, you put them in there, just a little more persuasion on those gears a little bit, get them rolling, and you're going to push your motor back up into its spot. Just like that. Kind of like so. This guy can get pushed back up into its spot. Just like it's funny as I appears that I have put this together on the wrong chassis. Okay, now that I fixed my dumb decision and put it in the right chassis, we've got our back together here. Now that I've been fiddling with this, the oil's come off into my hands. So I'm just going to do that. Then we're going to take our cover, which has got nasty old grease in it. We're going to take that and we're going to take that out of there, just like so. And then we're going to put our cover back on, just like that. Okay. And then we can take a look at our wheels here. I have one of these Lionel Bachmann chassis that has steel wheels, and I was looking at it. Their wheels match up. They're the same size. So I put them on this locomotive. I think that'll make it run a little bit better. It'll pick up power a little bit better. I took this apart and I oiled the parts. Now, not really bearings because there's no bearings in here, but I oiled the shafts where they would be rubbing on the plastic so it can spin a little freely. Made sure that the pickups are behind the flanges where they should be on both sides. So now we can put this locomotive back together just like so, putting the shell back on just like that. And we take our 2 big screws and we start tightening it up. If I grab the right screwdriver, and there we go. Our locomotive is back together. Let's go take it to the track and see how it runs. Alright, we've got her here on the track. Let's see what happens. Pretty decent slow speed for a lifelike. It's about half throttle. It's a lot better than it was before. And let's try full. Now that's about as fast as those things are supposed to go. Let's get this thing hooked up to some cars real quick. It's not bad for a lifelike locomotive. Still have some issues with the switches, but hey, they're switches. But I think it's doing pretty well for what I had to do to get it running nice. But that's going to be the end of this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it helped you. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.